a full day is almost, let me say the highest is 29,000, almost close to 3K. So I don't know any other way I can go about to get the traffic increase.
Okay, you said the highest you've been able to go in.
It's still loading. I don't know why it's taking time. The highest I could do is let me show you from history. It's 3,000. That's why that's even prompts me to be using the local host to try to inject more traffic from another angle. If this one is being that each of those boats, I put 1 to 2 tags per time. This was the highest. I guess yesterday was the highest. Yeah, almost 3K. This is the highest so far I got. Before other accounts that I got disabled because of this Google policy. So this is the current account I'm currently using. Other accounts that I use since the inception was disabled because of Google policy.
Okay,
So
that means
and this
you've been using bots before now.
no, I've not. Like when I started using the Okecbot, it wasn't the bot that caused the issue. Is I was using dashboard. It wasn't direct approval.
That
So on the
dashboard.
16, that yeah, like the Google dashboard that they used script to get verified. Then I now link it to a website. So that means that that website was not verified directly, submitted for verification directly.
Okay, like you can take somebody's publisher's AdSense publisher's code and put it on another website. Is that what you mean?
Yes, yes, yes,
Does it even work?
yes. It worked before. That's what I was using on this other account here before it got disabled. I don't know why this thing is taking time. I think it's my network. If network is the problem, it's supposed to affect the call.
Yes, true.
That's what I was using on this ADX. Okay, like this dashboard here, right?
Okay.
I didn't get approval by myself from this dashboard. No, gosh, not even the one. Okay, like this dashboard here, it came with a scripted site. So when I bought it, it was now linked to my blog. They now set it up with my blog. So this blog didn't get a generic or organic verification by itself. So it was being linked. I bought this separately and it was being linked to here. So with this new policy, they came up on the 16th of this month. So I was affected, and so many of my accounts was on this category. So even while I was running this, I couldn't. I think the highest I got so far since I started using the boat is the one of that yesterday I showed you. This very one here, 29, 2.92.
9K. Okay, that means
So I'm looking.
this $46, you made it yesterday as well.
Yes,
Using the bot.
yes, sir.
Okay, I think if you're making 2.92K impressions maximum, I think the only way you can scale it up is to have more computers. So
Okay,
this is usually where VPS comes in. Like for instance, now if you have a lot of virtual computers, you could easily just as you're sending from one computer, you're sending from another computer, sending from another computer. So let's say one computer made 2.9k impressions. Now, if we had done that times
Okay.
10, that would have been almost 30k impressions. So if you made
Yeah.
$48 yesterday, that would have been almost $500 in earnings.
Honestly.
Yes. So I think it's either you get more computer or you use like this free computer everyone is getting to use now from
Okay, this
Microsoft.
is the one I have. Where is it? VMware. Oh, I think I uninstalled it because of the boot.
No,
Because
no,
I
no.
don't
If,
want,
if you have if you have VMware, it's okay. Sorry, I confused you when I said virtual machine. Okay, you could
okay.
actually be on your computer and run a virtual machine. Like you could have Linux or maybe Windows 7 on your computer. But when I mean a virtual
Oh,
machine, I meant like a VPS. It's like another computer on the
okay.
internet.
Virtual private server.
Yes, like an RDP.
Okay.
And so if you had like an RDP now, you can now scale up. Like I myself, I don't actually run any bot automation on my own computer. It's always on a VPS. I have hundreds of
Wow.
VPS. So that's okay. Let me show you something. Let me share my innings with you. Um,
Okay. Let me go
hold on.
back to the screen.
Okay, you can click
I
stop
can't see
sharing.
your screen.
No,
I think
click.
I need to stop sharing, right? So I
Yes,
can see you, right?
yes. Stop sharing. Then let me share. Okay. Let me share this meeting. Okay. Now it's about creating some paper space machine. All I have to do is to click create machine, select the machine I want to create, click CPU, put the amount of gig I want. But let me show you how much I've been able to make from Google AdSense. The previous months, okay, the month has not yet ended, so we're still in July. But for this month of July, I was paid $23,000. Now,
What?
if you convert this to naira, let me refresh the page so you can just see clearly. If you convert this to naira, this is almost 40 million naira. So far, so good. Ever since I resumed, this is my earnings, almost $5,000.
Wow.
So the payment I got from Google was on the 23rd or thereabouts. So Google paid me on the 23rd, $23,000. But from that 23rd to now, I've made extra $4,500.
Okay.
So how do I do it? Simple. I can come here, choose Windows 10. Now I've choose the Windows 10. I can call this one Asia. So now what will I do? It simply means I will just go and install Okecbot on this particular one. So let's say I'm leaving this at dynamic proxy. I'll scroll down, create machine. Now it's going to be creating a Windows 10 with a name Asia. I can come in and
Mm,
create another one now and say this one now will be, let's say, Chicago. No, this is
mm.
this is 32 gig. It's too much. Let me reduce to 16 gig. I like using 16 gig per computer. That's because each computer gives me like 5k 5 to 10k views and then 20 to 30k
Okay.
impressions. So why do they give me
Okay.
5 to 10k? It's because of the activities I have. Some of my activities are not that they don't get to spend so much time on the website. So the more time you spend on a website, the more limited you can perform tasks. That is how I actually configure mine, but let me just show you. Let me just keep walking you through so you understand better.
The more time you spend on the website, the
Yes,
more.
it limits the number of views you could do. Each time you open a website is one view now. If you end up spending
Yes.
5 minutes there, after 5 minutes you open
Yes.
again. That means 5 minutes per
Mm,
view. But however, if let's say you are doing like 3 minutes per view, you now know that you
mm.
cannot do more views. If you're doing 1 minute per view, I think you already get the check.
Okay.
So, like me, for instance, I can do 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how long I want it to be. I can still do off and on in the sense that I have lots and lots of websites and lots of channels. So I can have a bot come in and spend like maybe 2 to 3 minutes there, goes goes off and comes back like maybe 1 hour later. But why it goes off, another person has replaced for that 2 to 3 minutes. Just the way your random executor works.
Yes.
And so because I now have lots and lots of savers, it means in real time I can actually be coming in from different locations on different computers. So I can be having like, if you go to my real time traffic, you can be seeing like up to 2k people on the website, as in real time up to 2k visitors or users.
Wow.
So now each time anybody drops, another person makes a replace. So the drop, the one person comes in, the other person goes off. The consistent traffic up and down is what actually gave me $23,000 in them. I even made more than that anyway. I have lots of accounts, so this is just the one I'm using. As I'm
Wow.
talking to you now on the Google Meet, this is the account that is here, and it's $23,000. So you cannot make it with one computer. This is why if I'm having people, if I'm talking to people, I find it difficult to like talk most times because like I said, it takes resources. Okay, how much did I spend to make $23,000? I think the maximum I spent, if I check every single thing, is around that kind of it's not up to $6,000. I didn't spend up to $6,000 because I spend heavily on proxy servers and VPS, and I buy lots of
Okay.
data. Like I buy email addresses from people. So I buy email
Okay.
addresses, I spend lots of time. I have people who actually pay on salary to do this. Like I have
Okay.
employees whose job is to come on this safe house, manage as many like this is one computer now. Like this is one computer
Yeah.
now, Asia. I have accounts where I have
Yeah.
over 100 computers, 100 VPS. And I have different people whose job is to sit down there and make sure the whole traffic is going straight to the website or the YouTube channel, whichever of them. So
Yeah.
in real fact, if you yourself and I can create like a virtual server, which is VPS, you could do this with for free. You could do this with Microsoft Azure. So let's say this is Microsoft Azure now. They give this 30 days trial. With this 30 days trial now, you can create up to like 5 computers. So now the only thing you need to spend your money on is to buy proxy. So let's say for instance now, what's your current earnings at the moment? Could you share your screen? Let me see your current earnings. Okay, you're doing
Yeah.
ADX.
Yes. Arbitrage.
Okay, you're doing arbitrage ADX. Okay, that means you're also running ad what is it called again? Sponsored ads with the Okecbot. Like you're running sponsored ads with the Okecbot, or you're only
I'm
using
just I'm
Okecbot.
just doing impression. I'm earning via impression only.
Okay, so at the moment now, are you still running advertisement on Facebook?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so it's strictly Okecbot at the moment. The $48
Yes,
you
sir.
made was Okecbot.
Yes.
Okay, you made $48 with one computer.
Yes, sir.
Times it times 10 in a day. Let's assume you're managing four computers, or sorry, you're managing 10 computers.
Okay.
Okay, no, share your screen. Let me make it more understandable for you.
All right. Mm,
Okay, now this is $46 you made. This was within the 26th of July. Okay, that means from yesterday to today, you've made $26 with OKEkBot.
let me
Okay,
add it up. This account is 3 days old.
okay,
That's so I don't run traffic. I'm only using the boat.
okay. You're only using OKEkBot as of now. You've
Yes.
made, okay, from what I can see, you've made $75 with OKEkBot.
Yes, sir.
This is just for one computer.
Yes.
Now, times it times 10 computers. How much would they have made in a day? Okay, so how much would they have made in these 3 days?
Mm, let me.
If it's times 10 computers, that would have been $750.
This how many dollars is there? This is 75, right?
Yes.
75 multiplied by 10.
This would have been
That's
in
750. You're right,
750.
sir.
Okay, now this is for three
Mm.
days. That's for 3 days, for the
Yes,
past
sir.
3 days, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so if for the past 3 days I've been able to make 750, now imagine you continued for like a month. Okay, go back
On
to
a
the,
stable.
yes, go back to the calculator.
Okay.
So let's say every 3 days, you made $750. Now do 750 times 10.
Damn, that's a big figure.
So
That is 75.
$7,500, and that's just 10 computers. But I told you I have over 100 computers, and the account I
A
showed you is
lot of
not the only account I have. I have lots of other AdSense and ADX accounts. So now you now understand how
yeah.
much I make. It is not the amount of traffic you can do on one computer. You should be thinking about how many
Okay.
computers can you span at the same time. So
Okay.
the computer is what matters. Then the second thing is the process servers. You need as many process servers as possible.
Because the one I'm currently using, I think it does usually fail. And this also another stuff that I've observed.
Okay. On
Uh, I've not gotten 100% anonymity on all those proxy.
okay. Like
So I used to get 75 to 80,
which
and sometimes it will show me fingerprint detected.
okay,
I don't know if that is safe.
it's safe to an extent. But then I presume firstly, what's your vendor? Where do you buy your process from?
Data impulse, and let me show you. Let me share my screen so you can see. This is data impulse, but this one usually fell at a very high random rate. Data impulse.
Okay. Data impulse has not
Then
been
this
okay.
this one here, I'm using this one like manageable, because before 24 hours all this proxy will expire. So if you use it today, tomorrow you can't, you have to create another IP. So that means if I'm switching to a different country, you know how this thing is, each country has their own ECPM, and by now another country can pop up with a higher ECPM. So I have to start copying all this to set it up on my proxy chain in order to execute it for that country. Immediately, if another one still enters, I have to see switch again, because if I switch back again to Canada with this one, it returns error.
Okay. Now
So I
okay,
don't
go
know,
on.
which best proxy do you recommend?
I will also recommend DevSox. They're one of the best. If you
Which
notice
one?
this one now you're using DevSox, if you notice they have good ratings. I don't know if you have noticed the IPs have good ratings.
Okay, you recommend these two, right?
Yes, I recommend them. Now the only problem
But the
too.
challenge is that why can't the what you use today, if I use this to set it up on my which one do I have here? Okay, after setting it up on this, right? If I go back again, like all this us is Europe, this one was day before yesterday. If I want to launch it again, I might not likely. I think Europe shares the same time zone with Stockholm. Okay, this is France here. I have France here already. So if I want to use it again, it might likely fail. Let me change my time zone.
Okay, this France now. Did you okay want to change your time zone?
Yeah,
Okay, the France when you created the process, did you put Europe time zone?
yes, sir.
Okay, I will look into that because it automatically takes the time zone you put when you're creating the proxy. On that proxy chain now you can put a time zone, so it tries to clone that time zone. So usually you don't have to do it on your system, but for the sake of the video, let's just go on with what you're doing already.
Okay, I think, am I getting it right? Do they share the same time zone? They're supposed to be France.
Okay,
Paris, yeah, this is it.
okay.
Mhm. There's more to know about this boat because it's really wonderful.
That are sometimes when anybody comes in to tell me how much can I make, can you give me an estimate? I'm like, no, you have to actually start.
Ah,
When you start
no,
and you start expanding, the whole thing makes sense to you.
I wish it would launch this time.
Okay, sometimes the process just fails because they keep changing it. I think that's what you're trying to tell me now, right? That's what you're trying to show. Like they change the process once in a while.
Like I just observed that what I used yesterday, if I want to go and use it again, all the boats will just be returning error until I change it again. I will just have to come and generate for the one of today and go back again and audit. So it's very stressful. So I'm looking for something like something that you can just put there. You create all those proxy chain so that anytime the ECPM for a particular country is high, since I'm using single PC for now because I'm just starting up, I can easily switch to that country and meet up with that leverage on that high CPM at that moment. But I have to, on the course of trying to create this, copying this one after the other to go and create proxy chain again. That is the issue. You can see this what I did. So I have to be doing this. For example, if I want to switch to Europe, Stockholm, that is how I'll be doing one after the other. I'll copy from here and be putting in there. So that is actually stressful. I wish I can recycle it. Like once you have created a proxy server, maybe from time to time, at least maybe per week, you can always switch since they provide several proxy. I think I subscribe for that 200 proxy per day.
Okay, let me tell you the honest facts. I mean,
Okay.
somebody who doesn't really know much about this would not appreciate what these guys did over here. These guys actually
Okay.
recycle process, which for me I think it's a good thing. Apart from the fact it keeps you anonymous, it gives you some stability. Now,
Okay.
if the static, if the fact that you want like process you could always use is a problem, I think you can always get
Mm.
dedicated IPs from other vendors, right? Like there are lots of vendors that would give you an IP that wouldn't recycle. It will just be there, which is something I've always, like watch my old videos. I'm always talking about static dedicated IPs. They're the best. Static
Yes.
ISP, static dedicated IPs or residential IPs. Now, the only
Okay.
drawback is the fact that some of these companies they don't change blacklisted IPs. They could give you an IP now that
Oh,
they've also
so if
given.
it is blacklisted, yeah.
Yes, they could, and the
If
IP
it's
score.
blacklisted, you can't detect.
Yes, you won't detect. You just get yourself banned. But these guys now they do the manual job of helping you recycle. So
Recycle.
the only thing now is that you will not be doing manual job of refixing. But if you ask
Yes.
me, it is worth it. The money is
Okay.
worth it for something that will pay you as much as $10,000 or more in a month, and you'll be living large, like over 10K dollars a month. It's worth it. If you had to do a normal
It's
day
worth
job,
it.
you would have more stress doing that
Honestly,
job than doing this.
honestly, it's worth it. That's true. Okay. So I'm confident with that now.
Okay, so what I would do, I
I
would,
don't know why it's not launching. I don't know. Should I close it and relaunch again? It's taking none of those activity comes up.
okay,
Even this one that
okay,
even-
try launching from default location. Let's assume pros is an issue and let's see how it goes.
how do I do it? Okay, from this
Yes,
default location,
if you
right?
don't, yes, if you don't put a pros, it will launch it. But now it will not launch it now. I think you're in Nigeria, right?
In Nigeria.
So
Yes.
it might spot most of your work for you. So see what you do. Uh,
And
um, okay, you could just create a test bot. You could just create few more bots. Let me see if your computer is having issues launching the bots.
okay, I should create more upvotes, right?
Yes. It shouldn't be much, just maybe few. I prefer you create Windows devices. They have the biggest stability than mobile.
Okay.
Yes, if
Then
yes, Windows. Windows has the
okay,
highest stability. If you use Windows, you will never get detected.
you don't mean it.
Yes, it has the highest. I created the software now, so I'm the developer. I'm telling you, but I'm actually trying to make other devices more stable. That's because of what we call a kernel. If you launch on Windows, it will pass almost all the bot detection systems. But there's some hidden fields on Android and iPhone that I've not been able to
Mm,
like completely bypass as of now. But for like me myself,
okay.
I've been doing more of Windows. I've been doing Windows like crazily. I don't ever get deducted. But sometimes I
Wow.
often notice that mobile reduces a bit. So Windows is actually more stable. The only problem is Windows overcloud your screen. You won't be able to see anything because it takes the whole resolution
That
of the screen.
that's a point to note. If the tax open, right?
Mm.
If I minimize it, is it still gonna run
Yeah,
or
why
it
not?
must?
Why not?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, you know
Okay.
what? Create a new bot. Let's try it out. You will
Okay.
see that even though
Family
you
name.
minimize them all, yes, they'll still be running. Oh, there's almost 30 minutes. I'm actually supposed to continue my
Sorry,
tutorials on YouTube. I wanted to do a YouTube series on how to load on YouTube.
sorry for the time.
Yeah, no, it's
Which country should I use? Default
no, let's use the photo. So you put Lagos.
Lagos,
You just type
Africa.
Africa stroke Lagos, yes. Okay, please change the name from Canada to Lagos or to Nigeria so we'll just be able to know.
Hmm.
uh Okay, I think I can see one of the boat at the background by the side.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means it's loading.
Hmm.
But the only thing is that it's slow.
It's
How
slow.
did you even make 2.9K impressions? I always tell people the minimum I like starting with is 16 gig. 8 gig runs the bot, but it's laggy. If you run this thing on 16 gig, you will love every single part of it. Now it's
You don't
not.
mean it.
Yes, now it's but now it's not opening. So is it an IP? Okay, let me see. Is it an IP?
No,
Okay, yes, I think it's an IP. You remember we were trying to run this to prove DevSox has changed something or thereabout.
yes. If it will run on a default.
Yes. Okay, no, is this default? Is it running on default now?
No, this is not default. This is not
O-
default.
Okay, by the other side
I
of
think
your
there's
by the
the
other
one
side of
that I opened.
okay, please.
This Euro France.
Okay. So Europe France, yes, this was used trying to show DevSox that DevSox has changed something something because you had to change
Yes,
your time zone to
yes,
Paris.
yes. Because this Euro France, I did not set it up today. This proxy, the proxy chain, it wasn't today.
Okay,
So
so
you
now
see, I can't
is
reuse
it
it.
again? That means you have to go to DevSox and copy the new set of IPs and put it on the proxy chain.
Honestly. So if it was the thing, I would do it.
That is what it's.
I
But
just
but
I just
but
wanted to know that
if
I'm
this
on
if
the right track.
okay, you're on the right track. If you had more computers, the problem is the clients I have, the ones who really make money. They don't just like coming out. Like most of them, I don't know if they're shy. Like I have people who made $11,000, who made $3,000 from
I
loading.
believe.
Yeah. So, but
I
now,
believe.
but
I
now
know the bot is doing wonderfully well.
it's just computers. One computer can never be enough. And it's not anybody's fault. That is just how bot works. Like you need as many servers or computers as possible. If I show you my
So
normal
now,
Google AdSense, okay, go on.
okay, so now I've discovered that the IP is the problem of this now. So
Yes,
we have seen that. Let's go to that Nigeria. Wait. Okay, we're trying to create for Nigeria. We'll
yes,
leave the server and all these ones. So I'll just go to build a bot, right?
yes. Start build.
Okay, the name. What is the problem of the name?
Did you give space? Okay, is it the number? Let me see. Invalid family name. Okay, it's working now.
Okay, I think this is done, right?
Yes. So we can go back to the launchers now. Click on the free. Do you know the difference between the free and the random? Because if you were using only the free, you would have gotten more impressions than the random. But you use the random
You
to
don't mean it.
yes, but use the random
Yeah,
to dilute it.
I use random.
Okay. Now mix it to the free once in a while. You will thank me later. But let me just explain the concepts behind it. The random keeps bot state. So each time it opens your website, ADX or
Uh,
Adstera or AdSense knows this is a returning user because there's a bot state. But when you run into that a bot state, it means it thinks this is a completely different person. Even if that particular bot comes 100 times, it will also think the bot is a different person 100 times. So now the free bots, the free executor, the one without the bot state, is used to simulate advertisement ads Like if you run ads on Facebook or any advertisement platform, you see different people from different
Mm,
locations just opening your, websites, right? So now the way to
mm.
simulate that kind of traffic is to use this free. But now when you use the free, you should never use the same IPs as you use when you use the random. So if you're using the free, now this is where you go and get what we call a rotating proxy. If you say rotating proxy to just
Okay.
keep giving you different random IPs, those ones are not your business. They will only tell you that, see, for all these thousands of IPs we're giving you, this is the amount of gig you'll be able to use.
I think these people does that.
Okay,
These
data
people
impulse
does
does
that.
it.
Rotating. Uh,
Good. So now, if you can choose a rotating for a particular location, you just keep giving you a lot of IPs. So now the good part of it is when you have one saver, like you can have 3 or 4 computers just giving you traffic from rotating proxies. It will just open up your website and do the task. While you can have like 2 to other 3 computers doing like proper with random executor, like being able
mm.
to return as returning users. So at the end of the whole day, you can have like 40. What is 40? You can have over 100,000 impressions from a total of 7 to 8
Wow.
computers. Yeah, that will give you like almost $1,000 in a day. It depends though, because if you drive from high CPC locations or high ECPM locations, crazy.
Yeah.
I have people who
That's
make like four
that's what
hundred
we
dollars a day.
target.
Yes, that's
That's
the most
because
popular
early
thing.
in the morning, I noticed that from 12 a.m. I'll wake up and do the manual loading and check, just like a lap. I'll test run each of those countries and see their ECPM, the one that is higher. Then I will now put my gun mouth and shoot on that country.
So put your gun mount and
That's
shoot.
what I do. So
Okay,
this free random now, he say is the advantage is that it comes in as a different user.
all the time, all the time. But
Okay.
you should always mix
Then
it with the random. The random can be
why the
identified
other
when they come
one
back.
okay. The other
Yes.
one comes as a returning visitor.
Yes, confirm. If they've been to your site before and they open it again, your site knows it's them. Why the other one, the free one, your
Mm,
site doesn't know it's them. The truth is, if you run only free executor, you'll get limits. But if you mix it with random or orderly, then everything becomes stable. Your earnings go up the roof. But the free is just there for people to test. So when they come with their rotating proxy and they see thousands of impressions in a day, they get to know that okay, I was able to make this. But then after a while, it deducts. So it's only when they now mix it to the random executor that the earnings don't deduct anymore.
okay. 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 I understand the gig now. Right. So I wanted to know also, do I need to be changing my MAC address?
Nah,
No.
that's where
Okay.
Okecbot is good now. I had that all figured out. You don't have to change your MAC address. Those
Okay.
fingerprints in there,
All
they're
right.
actually being worked on. But the latest version,
Okay.
this is version 5. The latest version I'll be releasing will actually be more sophisticated because those mobile devices, those loopholes that's like at the moment, like I said, Windows are more safer.
I'm not
Android,
safe at all.
iPhone, they're not very safe at the moment. But the latest version has all those things figured out. So you don't have to change your MAC address. I had a script that does that specifically.
All right. Okay. That's nice. Okay. So this one is on simple. This is the one that is launching now.
Okay.
Which one is launching? Okay. That same
Um
one is trying to launch. Let me close it. France.
Okay, that just to let you know, when you close it like that, it doesn't close totally. Exiting the
It
browser
will still come back.
itself. No, not even the come back. Like
Okay.
it doesn't exit it. There's a script that calls that browser. That script also does lots of listening. So even if you called it off the browser, the process is still running. So the only way you can actually off a browser is to press
It's
that
to
red button.
shut it down here.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why the app one is not actually loading. Let me try the web.
Okay.
Because most time, once I finish tasks, I will take my time and run those tasks. At the end of the day, it's error, 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 error. So I got I got overwhelmed with so much error. So I now have to do 1, 2, 3, 4 tasks per site. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do 1, 2, 3 and break. and go back again and create that same task again, but from different that same website, but from different article this time around. So I
Okay.
don't know if that is okay.
No, it's smart. The way I planned the software, it's not something you just set and go sleep. It's something you set, you sit down there and you do it all day, right? It's something
Yeah,
like to build the whole task and just keep it. Like you said, it overloads after a while. But if you're willing to be feeding it, although it depends on the computer though. The higher the computer, the more it's able to have those tasks run in memory. So that's one thing. But now if you have like 8 gig, your approach is just the only way option for you. Having like 3 to 4 tasks, then you go back and you change. If you had like 4 gig, you will only do one task or two tasks at a time, because if you do more than that, your computer won't be able to like run everything in real time.
to carry. Okay, so I see the reason why if I run on here, I will always come back again to this local host and inject it. Everything will just get jam packed, and most of them will just be hanging. What am I gonna do with this? So I don't know why the thing is slow. If it is network, then it's supposed to affect the call.
It's affecting the corner at this point.
Okay.
Sometimes it glitches, but I can hear you. And that's another thing. Your computer also has a limit to what it can do. Like for instance, if you want to like enjoy this, you would have to use. Although
Mhm.
I don't actually discourage people. I will just tell you, just keep doing. You will upgrade. Just make it something as a business. Like me now, the over
I
100.
want to start up. Yes, I'm just starting up, sir.
Yes. So,
I'm just starting up. I want to grow from it.
but from now, I would prefer you use a VPS. Why? Because one, you can keep on getting free trials. I don't like saying ethical things unethical things like this on calls, but I have lots of people who has never paid for a VPS in their life.
Yeah.
Every month, new email, new phone number, free trial. You register what we call a cheaper cash account or a grey account.
Okay.
You get a virtual card, not a virtual Visa card, but
Yeah, I have cheaper.
beautiful. Create a new card, register for trial.
Virtual dollar card.
Yes, virtual dollar card. Every month you can keep creating free VPS and you can keep you can have the VPS. But I pay for VPS, so I don't really have strength to be to be robbing them of their VPS. But for someone like you that don't have
No,
the
you are premium. You are premium boss.
but for you now you can actually start
You are premium
with
boss.
those free servers, because this your computer is going to be difficult to scale up. If you had a server, a VPS server,
Honestly.
you would have more stability. So your computer now is more like an administrator to check each of the servers to know how far they're doing. And then maybe if your traffic is coming heavily from one location, you can decide to slow that location and focus on other location. But now
Wow.
now,
So the
okay,
server now, the stuff is just running remotely,
yes, because this thing you're doing with
and
your
I'm
computer
using my
is not.
computer as administrator.
Yes, you shouldn't run it on your own personal
Wow.
computer. It's not even advisable,
Wow.
so I don't even advise anybody to do. Advise you install it on numerous servers. Then you use your computer to monitor everything. Because I stop my bot myself. If I don't stop my bot myself, I should be making like 100K a month. No jokes. I intentionally have to stop them myself, just so I don't actually over in and put myself in trouble. So now that is where your computer comes in. You can have all these things remotely, and then use your own computer to just, okay, I'm having so much traffic from the US. Let me slow down and drive more
Wow.
from this location and all that.
Is a Google Azure, which you mentioned
Microsoft,
a private server. Okay.
Microsoft, yes. Just type Microsoft. Then you give space AZURE. Yes, that's it.
Okay. Well, I don't know how to set up the server, sir.
Okay, I
This
will.
is it, right?
Yes, there are lots of tutorials online, Sha. If you just go to YouTube and you type Microsoft Azure Windows Server free trial, you will see so many videos teaching you how to do it.
I learn by doing things. Sorry, sir. As
No, it's
a-
welcome.
I'm a practical person. So your office is in Abuja.
Yes,
You
we had an office in Abuja, but at the moment I had to leave the office. I mean, everybody installs the software now, so that whole hiccup of where people jump out of the office at the end of the whole day, you have 20 people coming every day, only maybe less than half is able to learn. So since the software is something you can download online, there are lots of tutorials. I don't think I'll be doing office anytime soon. At least till maybe sometime in the future I could change my mind.
Tutorial on.
Okay, see how you type it. Type Microsoft. Don't put tutorial. Just by Microsoft Azure.
Right.
Yes. Then you give a space. Type Windows VPS trial.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then hit enter.
Try out.
No,
Try
just
out
trial.
or try out.
You just try. It's okay. Okay. So if you scroll down, look at all the plenty how to create a VPS in Microsoft Azure in less than 1 minute. You can see all this. Now keep scrolling down, you'll be able to see how to get it for free, like a free RODP, which is a free virtual machine.
How to create my free trials account. $200 free credits.
Each time you sign up, they actually give you like free credits. So you can, I think you can have up to like 6, 7 computers, 16 gig each running. That alone can give you up to like close to like $400 to $500 in a day on ADX for free.
God of me.
Yes.
Hey.
Knowl- kno- Knowledge is the most priceless thing because it's just the difference between where you want to be
Yeah,
and
busting my bubble. I love this. No, it's a good startup. Normally, free things, there is a limit to it, but if someone can use it and upscale, is necessary.
yes, that's why I don't
Instead
use
of
free
just,
again.
you see how I got stuck. You see, most time I would just spend time on that. Yesterday was, I don't know, yesterday was just a good day for me, and I was so happy. Most time I would just spend time on creating tasks and creating the location, and at the end of the day, before you even execute it, that country ECPM have dropped. You have to go back to it again, and only one computer that is serving the purpose.
Chai.
So I get it stopped.
Now see why Okecbot is sweet. Everything is on the cloud. So if you have Okecbot installed on 10 computers, you only have to use your own computer to add the proxy chain and create the task. Once you log into any of those computers, because they're usually synced with
Mm,
our server, if you just refresh the
okay.
Windows, it will download the new task and download the new process.
Yeah.
So the administration
Okay.
computer now would only be where you be putting in all the process. Then if you're running them on your servers, once you know your servers are going down, maybe the IPs are no longer working, you just go back to admin
Mm,
computer and edit the details. Then from there, you no longer use a computer again. All you just do is to
okay.
head back to administration.
Okay. Wow. So now once the tax everything I'm doing, once the server, the free trial has expired, that computer is gone.
Yes, the computer
I
is
have
gone.
okay. So
But
if
okay,
if I want to do like the kind of returning user, if I create another new server, being that the whole thing is controlled by my system, is it going to still send that same signal data to that new server that, oh, this is a returning user, or is
yes.
it gonna show a
In
different?
fact, in fact, if you delete your servers, it doesn't stop showing as a returning user. That is the only thing that
Okay.
makes Okegworld better than other people. Other people now, if you
Mm,
install on a computer, you have to export your
mm,
cookies and then take it to another computer. Okegbots, if you
yeah,
have 100 computers, each time you open any of those bots, as long as it's the name of that bot, the details are already
yeah,
on our cloud and our servers. So even if your
that's
RODP
wonderful.
expires, you create new set of Microsoft RODPs and you install from
That's
afresh,
cool.
it will just
That's
resume
cool.
as returning users. You don't have to start warming up again to build history. Those histories are already on our database.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
This
amazing.
this call is
Thank you
almost
very.
45 minutes. Maybe some other time we could
Yes.
continue and I will give you more
Thank you very
guidance
much.
on
I
that.
appreciate.
Yes, you're
Thank you very
welcome.
much. I
Yes,
appreciate.
have a
All right.
nice day.